This is the Land Rover Discovery 4, and ever since its launch in Scotland last year, it's been my favourite 4x4 by far. There weren't too many other cars that could touch its combination of style, comfort and sheer off-road brilliance, except maybe the more expensive Range Rover. But now, the Germans have decided to go to war with the British again. And they're leading the charge with these, the new Touareg. Yes, it is stylish, yes, it is comfortable, and no, it can't go where the Land Rover can go. Well, not in standard form anyway. But somehow, it doesn't really matter. Rather than making this Touareg the conqueror of the planet, VW have decided to make it the commander of the road that doesn't mind getting dirty once in a while. On the inside, there's a distinct lack of switches with which to call up various settings for different off-road conditions. In fact, there's only one switch and it's either on or off. So standard, you don't get hardcore 4x4, but you still get plenty of luxury. Volkswagen have an irritating habit of stuffing most of their cabins with similar bits and pieces, but the Touareg has a lot of stuff that's new switchgear, new layout, new toys, and they all make for a very nice interior indeed. This isn't just another VW cockpit, it's a place that quite easily wears the luxury label, with top-class materials that are superbly fitted. There are some nice details too, like the gloss black on the steering wheel. The electronics aren't out of the standard VW parts bin either. The instrument cluster display has a new classy look to it, as well as allowing remote operation of the most important vehicle gadgets. There is a lot of space and lots of luxury, although some things, like the wooden steering wheel, are an option, thankfully. The boot will swallow just about anything, and the automated tailgate is standard. But as good as all of that is, this isn't a car to just let you wallow in soft leather and 4-zone climate control. This car loves to drive. And that's in no small part thanks to this, a 4.2-litre V8 turbo diesel, which is quite simply immense. With 250 kilowatts and 800 newton meters, it's got enough shove to match just about anything you're likely to meet on the road. But this car has got more surprises than just its 5.8 second 0 to 100 time. Land Rover's Discovery has a bigger 5-litre V8, but that has 30% less torque, which translates into a 0 to 100 time that's 2 seconds slower, and that gives you an idea of just how potent the VW is. This is one of those cars that just puts a smile in your face when you start exploring what it can do. And it gathers speed so quickly that it really does take a bit of getting used to. Find yourself a bit of open road, put your foot down, wait for the turbo to spool up, and this is just fantastic. And to make matters even more enjoyable, it sounds more V8 than diesel, so there's a satisfying noise every time you get going. But as fun as it is, this car has presented me with a problem. I have to reassess my opinion about the best 4x4 on the market. The argument for the Discovery is that it does everything the Touareg does and it goes anywhere too. But unless you're a hardcore adventurer, chances are you'll use the Discovery in the same conditions as you would this VW, and that just means you're paying for a whole lot of stuff in the Land Rover that you won't ever use. But the big difference is on-road. Both cars have got air suspension, although the Land Rover's is standard, and in this car it's a 30,000 Rand option. But the Touareg is just so much less wallowy and so much more sure-footed, no matter what suspension mode you're in, so you can really enjoy the drive and the engine without that feeling of seasickness. That air suspension is a self-leveling speed-dependent system, and it's worth the extra money. The 8-speed Tiptronic gearbox does its work quickly and efficiently, although I still think that 8 is at least one gear too many, especially in a car like this. With an engine this good and handling that overcomes the physics of the body it's carrying, every now and then you feel the urge to boot it out of a corner, but the Touareg will still be in 4th gear while you're trying to have some fun. But when you get to where you're going, you can get out, park it, and get a different kind of enjoyment from it. It seems that Volkswagen is favouring the squared-off look this season, despite the automotive makeup that is the LED running light. And in a car like this, it just works. It's big, so it can't help but have presence, but it's not imposing, it's more stylish and dynamic. It gives you a very good idea of what this car is about. The slimmed-down taillights help with that dynamic look, and the 19-inch wheels are good, although you can opt for 20-inch. There's just the right amount of chrome, the lines are in the right place, and this is one very nice-looking off-road machine. But the biggest surprise with this car isn't that it's quick or handles well or gets attention, it's the fuel economy. At the same time we had the V8, we also had a V6 TDI Blue Motion Touareg. Blue Motion is VW's way of making their cars more efficient by stripping the weight and concentrating on the aerodynamics, and it seems to work. We took the V6 on a 766-kilometer drive in mixed conditions and got a return of 10.9 liters per 100 kilometers. Not bad for a 2.1-ton car carrying 5 people and their stuff. As you've no doubt guessed by now, I quite like Volkswagen's new Touareg, but it seems I have expensive taste. The base price for the V8 TDI is 776,000 Rand, and once you add a few niceties like sat-nav and the air suspension and the premium audio system, it's closer to 870,000 Rand, and that's only 60 grand away from a Range Rover. But take away the toys and it's still good looking and comfortable, and thanks to that V8 it is incredibly enjoyable to drive.
The big Volkswagen SUV gets the power and shove to match its size and bulk thanks to an advanced turbodiesel V8. It's pretty handy in the acceleration stakes too. However, the Touareg can end up costing an arm and a leg once you've ticked the options boxes, and the 8-speed auto isn't exactly cut out for spirited driving.